The Galactic Council was the most revered and authoritative body in the universe. It represented countless species from every corner of the galaxy. Its mission was to ensure peace. It sought balance. It strived for harmony among all intelligent life. For millennia, the Council had succeeded. Conflicts were mediated. Disputes were resolved. Empires were prevented from expanding unchecked. Everything seemed stable. However, the arrival of humans changed everything. When the first human ship entered the galaxy's central territories, the Council convened an emergency meeting. Reports described the humans as ambitious. They were bold. They were highly adaptable. They were also deeply unpredictable. These traits were troubling. The Council's analysts presented data from the humans' own history. The evidence painted a picture of a species that thrived on conflict. It grew stronger through adversity. It expanded relentlessly. Some council members argued that humans should be restricted. Others believed diplomacy could work. A few suggested that humans should be left alone. But one thing was clear: humanity could not be ignored. Despite the warnings, the council chose a path of cautious optimism. They believed humanity could be integrated peacefully. They sent emissaries to Earth. They exchanged cultural artifacts. They shared knowledge about the galaxy's many wonders. At first, the humans seemed eager to learn. They signed treaties. They respected interstellar boundaries. They appeared to value the wisdom of the Council. But beneath the surface, humanity was observing. It was analyzing. It was preparing. Years passed. Humanity spread further into the galaxy. Colonies were established on distant worlds. Trade routes were negotiated. Humans became a familiar sight in alien marketplaces. Yet they remained an enigma. Their technology advanced rapidly. Their ability to adapt to alien environments was unparalleled. They had a knack for turning challenges into opportunities. Some council members grew uneasy. The warnings from the initial reports resurfaced. Questions arose. Was humanity truly peaceful? Or was it simply biding its time? One fateful day, an incident occurred that would change everything. A human mining operation had encroached on a planet sacred to the Ilther species. The Ilther were deeply spiritual. They viewed the planet as a gift from their deities. They demanded that the humans leave immediately. But the humans refused. They argued that their mining activities were legal. They cited treaties that the Ilther had signed. Tensions escalated. The Ilther pleaded with the Council for intervention. The Council convened to address the crisis. The Ilther ambassador spoke passionately. She described the desecration of her people's holiest site. She called for the removal of the human miners. She warned of dire consequences if the situation was not resolved. The human ambassador countered. He presented legal documents. Ultimately, the Council ruled in favor of the humans. They believed compromise was possible. They urged the Ilther to accept reparations. They encouraged dialogue between the two parties. But the Ilther were outraged. They saw the ruling as a betrayal. They viewed humanity as a threat to their way of life. They decided to take matters into their own hands. They launched a surprise attack on the mining operation. The attack was devastating. The human miners were unprepared. The Ilther forces destroyed equipment. They reclaimed the sacred planet. They sent a clear message to humanity. But they underestimated humanity's response. The humans retaliated with overwhelming force. They deployed advanced weaponry. They targeted Ilther military installations. They crippled their fleets. The Ilther resistance crumbled. The Council was horrified. They called for an immediate ceasefire. They demanded that humanity withdraw its forces. But the humans refused. They argued that their actions were justified. They claimed self-defense. They warned the Council not to interfere. The Council's pleas fell on deaf ears. Humanity's true nature was revealed. It was relentless. It was unyielding. It was unstoppable. Other species began to take notice. They saw the Ilther's defeat. They witnessed humanity's rise. Fear spread across the galaxy. Alliances were formed. Defensive measures were taken. The Council struggled to maintain order. But humanity was always one step ahead. It exploited divisions among its rivals. It used diplomacy as a weapon. It expanded its influence with precision. Over time, humanity's power grew. Its colonies thrived. Its fleets dominated the stars. It became a force that could not be challenged. The warnings had been ignored. The consequences were undeniable. The Council's authority waned. Its unity fractured. The galaxy was forever changed. In the aftermath, many questioned how it had come to this. Some blamed the Council's naivety. Others blamed the Ilther's actions. A few saw humanity's rise as inevitable. But one thing was clear. Humanity was a species unlike any other. It had rewritten the rules of the galaxy. It had turned the Council's ideals into relics of the past. And it was just getting started. Decades later, the Galactic Council existed only in name. Its chambers lay abandoned. Its records forgotten. Humanity's empire had grown vast. It encompassed thousands of systems. Its influence touched every corner of the galaxy. Resistance was futile. Those who opposed humanity either surrendered or were erased. Yet humanity did not rule through sheer force alone. It offered stability. It brought innovation. It promised prosperity to those who cooperated. A new era began. Humanity declared itself the stewards of the galaxy. It established new laws. It created alliances with species willing to coexist under its leadership. It built monumental cities on once barren worlds. It ushered in advancements that reshaped life itself. But beneath the veneer of progress, the scars of the past remained. Many species remembered the Council's warnings. They whispered of humanity's ambition. They feared what the future might hold. In the shadows, resistance movements formed. They sought to challenge humanity's dominance. They dreamed of restoring the balance that once existed. They worked in secret. They gathered allies. They planned for the day when they could rise again. But humanity was always watching. Its intelligence networks were vast. Its response was swift. Every rebellion was crushed before it could begin. Centuries passed. The galaxy changed beyond recognition. Humanity's empire endured. It adapted. It evolved. It became something greater than anyone could have imagined. And yet the question remained. Had the Council been right? Was humanity a force of destruction? Or was it a beacon of progress? The answer was complex. It depended on who was asked. But one truth was undeniable. Humanity had shaped the galaxy in its image, and its legacy would endure for eons to come.